New York was founded by we was talking about this.
It's Blackfoot Native Americans, because we native to this land already. Here.
Yeah.
So ODB's family actually owned Manhattan. And he was trying to buy back Manhattan because he found out his lineage.
That's crazy. So that's why he died.
We can't talk about this conspiracy. Okay, we don't know. Okay.
And I'm gonna say nothing about conspiracy. Conspiracy means to make a plan to harm others.
Yeah.
To create a plan to harm a whole bunch of people.
Ooh, I never even knew that.
When people say conspiracy theory, don't let them fuck you up with that term.
No,
they try to use that term to dismiss what you're saying, but they validating what you're saying.
This is why I use Prospiracy. And when I speak and I write, like anytime I write something online, I'm gonna put Prospiracy instead of conspiracy. That's the opposite of conspiracy.
Yes, and I love that. And then also, we are prophets. We are of the first Israelites. I ain't Jamaican. They dropped me off on the boats first. You feel me? They dropped my ancestors off on the boats first. So we are of so many different people that got disenfranchised. That's what this is. Misrepresented. It is not that we are lesser than anybody. But if you're gonna keep saying that, let me tell you something. It don't matter what white person comes under here, with Asian, Hispanic, even a black person who still got that coonery in them. If you're gonna come under here, if you're gonna come under here and you're gonna be like, well, this ain't true. I learned this since I was 4 years old. When I learned how to write, I was like my sisters I love. My sisters, my mother, my grandmother, they taught me everything. So when I went to school and they was telling me who I was like, this isn't our real history. This is what you're telling us, so that we can stay in a status for you. I worked with the DOE, and I also I did a poem, Mad Moon, and it was like, they come in our classrooms. I don't know if y'all ever peed, but when we were mad young, they would come in our classrooms with mad people, and they would be like, you have to be good today.
We having visitors.
Yes, they're
gonna come in the back of the room, they're gonna sit down, and they're gonna sit there.
Make sure you answer the questions. The smart kid in the class is like, I'm calling on you, like you know how to work. And they are assessing who is going to end up in prison.
They did, and they ran experiments on us too. Like, remember, I don't know if you remember, like, I was going, they took us to a room and they put that headphones on.
And then what was that? That was the test. Supposedly, it was a test of hearing.
Right.
So they'd be like, "Tell me if you hear the beat," and then it's like beat. It's a little beat, like beat.
Yeah, I remember that.
No, but those are real tests. But they're trying to see how strong you are. And once they see how strong you are, it's like, okay, this one is going to end up here. This one isn't going to end up here, but that's fine. We can still beat her down at some point. We can still beat him down at some point.
Even with the 8-block test.
And the ones that the ones that can't be down, they try to put you in these classes. They try to put you on medication. They try to put you in special ed. She's disruptive. She's always talking. She got ADHD. She always got a question.
I'm not supposed to question in school. I can't question. I can't question my teachers. I had a white teacher. I love her. Miss Heather. To this day, love you. She gonna know who it is because I said her name. But Miss Heather taught me, like, you're supposed to say something. You're supposed to have something to say. She's a white woman. My black teacher tried to. I ain't even gonna say her name. My black teacher, she tried to put me in a box. She was, and every student that wasn't even giving her freaking homework was like her best friend. And she was, it was like a favoritism thing. And I was like, this is what the schooling is about? Oh, I can't wait to be the headmistress in my own. That's gonna be my last job, I promise you. I promise you, when I have my own school, I can tell y'all, because I don't give a fuck how anybody feels it's gonna happen. But because we don't teach the children what they need to know about adulthood. And then we expect them to just crash learn at 18, 20, 25.
About how to save money, how to...
And then when they blowing it, you're talking shit to them.
Look at you. You should have been saving money.
Nice house. They have an inner child that they're trying to feed. They used to think about their inner child. Oh, I would have to ask mommy for this. Mommy's not going to get
Yeah.
So what am I gonna do when I get it?
Yeah, I got it.
And I'm gonna get it for that momentary happiness, because that might be my peace. When you can't be, when I can't be, I might just touch this thing. I might listen to a song. I might be okay because I made that happen.
But don't you think that's like the best way to raise your child, just to not give them the world? Because
I can't say that.
I mean, it's like you give them the necessary to survive. But I see a lot of kids that's parents, they buy them anything and everything they want. And it's like, oh, well, you know, like I couldn't do this or I couldn't get this when I was a kid, so I'm going to make sure my kid have it. But you're teaching your kid to be entitled at the end of the day.
Yeah, like,
and above.
But I feel like it's also what you how you teach your kid. Because I feel like you can have a very privileged lifestyle for your kid, right? Like raising something always sitting around trips, everything. But it's the way you like you teach it, so they can understand you deserve the best things. You deserve the best of the best, but you need to know your place. You're going to have to teach some people at some point. You might be the know your place. Don't get beside yourself because you have more than. Don't think you're better than somebody else. You're not better than them. They just didn't have what I gave you.
Like, look, growing up for me, like, I remember the kids that was around me. They didn't have shit. No, you remember the saying, no eggs, no baggies, and stuff like that? Because everybody wanted your food, stuff like that. So, like, this is why, like, I got two kids, 17 and 14. Okay, well, my daughter gonna be 17 this year. I give my daughter $100 a week for school. Okay, my son, I just give him really money because all he do is buy games for his Xbox or his PlayStation or something. So I know he like he said, you give him too much, they can spoil you. But my daughter, she both of them. Like the other day, they both got debit cards. My son, the other day, I looked at his debit card. He had $44. My daughter had $200 because she's waiting for the a game to be released. That. So they know how to manage their money. They know that. They know and like I don't.
But that's the thing.
I did
teach them.
Yeah, and I do spoil them. I give them anything they want. They got every system, clothes and all that. And cause like you said, I didn't have it. You feel me? My mother, cause I was in the streets, my mother didn't give me that. I would have sent clothes to school every day and stuff like that. I didn't have it, So this is why I don't want them to want from nothing. When they go to school, I don't want to ask their friend for $1.
But at the end of the day, when you look at your kids' accounts and you see that they still have money in there, they are being responsible. We're teaching them from young on how to save and manage money. So I agree with that. But at the end of the day, it's like when you give them that money and be like, that's the only thing you get until next month. And they know they want something, they're gonna save that money. So it's different versus a parent that's gonna buy them every pair of Jordans that come out,
and they still gonna sell drugs.
It's like I'm not doing the handouts. At the end of the day, you get this money that you worked for, or you get this money that's gonna be allocated to you every month or so, and it's up to you what you do with that money. At the end of the day, kids is just too entitled.
Because my mother, I was raised by a single mother, and my father left when I was like 14 or something like that. He got 40 kids. Literally, really.
He said no, for real.
She was able to provide. My sister got almost everything because her clothes were cheaper and all that.
That's always for
us, so drugs. When I was young, just to just to have what other kids have. You feel me? Because I didn't have it. You feel me?
Right.
So for a kid to have somebody like Casanova, he had two parents that had good jobs, own house. They owned their house and everything, but yet he still wanted to be a robber. That.
Because I know people that know him, and it's like That also was the life that was presented to him too.
But
I feel like if you have 2-parent households, it don't even matter if you have 2-parent households. I feel like it depends on what this I'm gonna go way back. Like I'm gonna go back. So if I'm losing you, let me know. It starts off from when your father, whatever his mindset was in when he was about to conceive you, and whatever mindset your mother was in when she was about to conceive you. That's where your DNA starts as a child. And then if you're a female and you have a womb, your womb starts when your mother is pregnant with you. You literally start your womb right there. So now you're carrying. So if that's the case, then that means my mother had a womb and she carried my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? So she's carrying all these things, and if their environment was this way, prostitution, rape, sexual abuse, drug addiction, diabetes, heart attacks, cancer, then that's what I'm inheriting unless I learn to do it all.
That makes total sense because you think about it. What DNA they always look at when they want to find somebody or they want to trace your DNA? Because it lasts forever.
No, but I tell men this is why I don't believe in the Adam and Eve story. And it's not that I don't believe that men and women that got made and wasn't born or none of that. It's that I believe that there's a story. But there's been something misconstrued. Is women on the XX chromosome. That is the first chromosome. That is a Y had to knock off a leg to end up with and that's not no jab. That's just real biology.
So I got a question. Before y'all start, I got a question. It's always been a question. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Okay. Chicken. Okay. What came first, the woman or the baby?
So my thing is, right, the whole Adam and Eve story, right? They said like Adam and Eve was not the first human beings on the earth.
Atom, ATOM.
Yes, but they was the first successful human creations.
They name
because people, if you believe in, people don't believe in this because it comes from, they believe it comes from the Satanic Bible, but it's all actually in the Hebrew Bible, all that. Lilith. But Lilith is of nature. It is Mother Nature.
The first white atom.
So yes, exactly. But people don't even want to talk about that. Lilith was how we created healing. Mother Nature was created. Mother Nature is a fucking force. She's a bitch. But she's a beauty too.
And this is about the word like it is right now.
I was actually watching the story of the Anunnaki people. And the Anunnaki people was basically aliens that came here to mine the earth for its gold, to take it back to their planet and throw it in their atmosphere because their planet was dying of solar radiation. So they said when they came here, they brought workers with them to mine the gold. The workers rebelled against them. So they was like, okay, we are going to create a new type of being in our image. And they said they use the DNA from the wildlife here to create human beings. But the thing is, but with the whole chromosomes thing, you had to keep working until you get that, 48 chromosomes? You had to keep working. So that's why they said Adam and Eve was the first successful human creation.
And then you guys, like, if you look at through history, like, we talking about everything. I'm basically going to jump through a lot of things. Like, through history, you had something called wild men. If you look at ancient portraits from Germany, like tapestry, you got like wild men, like hairy people trying to get into the castles of the black people. You feel me? And like, so was these one of those experiments? You know, and like you think about it, like you go deeper. And I
was gonna say like when people try to deny like the black people was the first one here, it's like when you look in the pyramids and the caves, and you look at the writings on the wall and the people that's colored brown. Like, how can you deny that?
Yeah.
You know, like it's no white people painted in them caves. It's black people and the aliens.
I was like in my early 20s.
The aliens is in them.
Yeah. I was in my early 20s and my uncle showed me hidden colors.
I was fucking 18. I was doing that shit.
I never even seen it.
Stuff I did.
My mom would never let me see the color purple.
Because it wasn't. It's not certain.
It's a documentary, and so he showed me that, and the guy said something about Richard Pryor seeing doing a skit. He had a show like Dave Chappelle, and he was doing a skit, and he went inside the tomb. He's like, "Hey, these people look like my uncle. These people look like me. This and that." The guy went out the tomb, and he's like, "You demolish it. Like, nothing. We didn't find it here." And recently, like probably last week, I actually seen that video on TikTok. You feel me? Like, you know, and it's crazy how, like, if it's there in front of you, how can you deny it? Yeah. You know,
they knocked off the noses off of
Sphinx.
No, like, how could you do that? Because it wasn't in your image.
Yeah,
this ain't your.
It's not even a Sphinx. Most ancient sculptures back then. You see the faces fucked up. Faces fucked up. And all the obelisks is all around, scattered all around the world. Yeah. It's one Central Park.
I mean, this African was Kemetic.
They do not want you to know that it was a point in time. They do not want you to know that it was a point in time where you was powerful than them, you was greater than them, you did more things than them, you invented everything. They don't want you to know that. But if you know that, you're gonna go back to it. And that whole shit is over. That whole agenda is over. And it's over now. Like, it's over now.
Yeah. Like, they was literally calling us the minority. Yeah. We was really the majority.
Yeah, it's definitely more us. They got a problem. For years, it's been saying, "Oh, we overpopulating this and that, Black people having too many babies."
This is why Bill Gates is trying to get people to stop repopulating in Africa. Mm-hmm. They like, oh, well, these black people over here is
the biggest stock in medical.
Man, listen.
Like, why we don't own no gold factories? Like, is Africa the De Beers own the diamond mines. Elon Musk family own the diamond mines. We don't own the gold, nothing.
Yeah.
Like, you got
Hillary Clinton, brother.
Yes, you got
the cobalt.
Yes,
that they use for batteries. They got little kids going.
Even the chips in these computers comes from Africa.
Yeah,
the mines in Africa.
Yeah,
you know,
it's crazy.
Stuff out. They small enough to get through the hole.
Yeah.
You know, like this is law in this state. I think it's like in California or something like that. You can't even dig because you might find a diamond or some shit like that, or you might find oil. You can't even dig.
Yeah, once you find it, it's yours.
Yeah, you know,
they'll kill you for it.
Yeah, it's good.
And that's the sad part of this life, this existence right now, that we can know all of these things.
But you know what the crazy thing is, though? The more they push stuff like this drill music, the more it distracts us from stuff like this.
Yeah.
Frequency.
You know?
Yeah. Multiple things. Yeah. And they know because, first of all, they claim that the pyramids is made off of frequency. Yeah. Okay, so if they know we go there, they say we feel something when we walk into the presence of the pyramid. We're connected in a different way. So if that's the case, then they're using the music to manipulate, the young minds. They know the young minds, the TikTok kids, they're gonna be on there watching and shit. Like, I'm young, but I don't be on social media. I don't even have my face on social media. Like, at all. But I know that they're going to use these things because they know all these other kids, they influence. We the most powerful ones right now.
Definitely.
Y'all powerful, but we are not powerful right now. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to use that to their advantage to manipulate anything they can. Like, literally, that song, I Just Want to Rock by Lil Uzi. Mm-hmm. It's a catchy song, right? Mm-hmm. But he literally tells you, it's an interview, the lady goes, I can't get the song out of my head. It's stuck in my head. He said, yeah, it's hypnosis. Because they're playing with the frequencies they want you to be on a lower level, so that way you never find out who you are, what you are, and why they're doing it.
Yeah, and when you say these things, it's like make them sound like they're crazy.
Yeah, that's why I don't listen to the radio at all.
No,
J. Cole,
they control that.
J. Cole did an interview where he said he made a song called "Let Nas Down," and he said basically Nas was disappointed in him that he dumbed down his music to get people to listen.
Work Out For Me, that was a song too. He was like, really? That's what you doing. Work out for me.
Cause I used to be a big J. Cole fan before he was big. Because when I first heard him on Jay-Z, every day a star is born. I'm like, yo, who's this kid? I went listened to all his mixtapes. Like, yo, this kid is nice. He started dropping albums. Then I'm like, who's this guy? This is not the same person I was listening to.
But you know when he signed, because it's when you sign, you have an agenda now.
Yes.
Because they have your money you want to make. Yeah. You have them and you owe them, so now you have to.
And you trying to make things happen for your family.
Because in reality, you know, I think why I don't want to be famous for no music thing that I do because music, there's no money in music.
Yeah.
They don't tell you that because the real money that was in the music was when back in the day was when the albums were being sold. People was coming to the stores. Nobody's doing that. We have everything at a click of a button right now. Yeah. We can hack your shit and get your song, bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Shoot, people be getting their shit leaked every day.
Every day. So it's like, it's really no money in music, but it's a control thing because they know the music is keeping our people at docile because we function off vibrations in music. That's us. Yeah. Rhythm is our thing. Yeah. That's how we live. Like, our music, we have nothing.
I really don't understand.
You know what I'm saying?
Value, that is a problem.
I really don't understand how drill music is being promoted in this day and age. And they get on the news and say, oh, we don't know what's the reason for the rise in the violence.
It's their script.
What?
It's their script. Huh? They're going by a script.
Like, you know are you serious?
Because even though it's performative, NBA people come from the whole not for the violence shit. Okay, you're not for the violence now, but when you want to be for dirt, you for the violence.
Yeah.
When you want to have when y'all want to have color lines, and I'm not talking about racism, I'm talking about when you want to have flags that trump your black call, your African call, your descendants, your ancestors, your natives. You don't give a about who you shoot down because you got mad one day. Oh, Bendito. Get it together. Like, I'm tired of it. The senseless violence and be like, oh yeah, well that's just our culture. That's not our culture.
Like the Bronx is the new Chicago right now.
Y'all see this? It's a new movie that just came out called 64. Y'all heard of it?
No.
Y'all know anything about it?
No.
Okay. I looked at it. I started watching it. I probably watched like 3 minutes of it. It's like a 3-minute clip, and it's basically breaking down the movie. I only watched 20 minutes of it because I couldn't sit there and watch it because the storyline of it. So basically, it's about people from ancient times, like before Earth was Earth, dinosaurs still was on Earth.
Oh, okay. I've seen the creation.
Yeah. Like dinosaurs still on Earth and stuff like that. So basically, they trying to say these are the Anunnaki. Okay, and they trying to say these are the Anunnaki, but they all Caucasian. You know what I mean? Right? So they do interstellar travel and all that. His ship get stranded on Earth. You know that. So basically, he's Adam and Eve. Him and the girl is Adam and Eve. So basically, I'm like, yo, why are you putting this out right now?
It sounds like they're trying to rewrite the story of Wakanda.
Did y'all see Black Panther?
Because Black Panther is the story of the Anunnaki.
Listen, but they still rewrote it how they wanted to in Black Panther. They still rewrote it how they wanted to. So it's like just the way they try to portray everything. Like we just violent and you don't come to shit.
We just violent.
No, we are the truth is we're dark matter. We the most chaotic beings on this motherfucker, but we are the most harmonious beings on this motherfucker. And that's what makes us. That's why they want to kill us off because they're like, damn, how do you do hell?
Yeah. How am I giving you hell right now? Like I'm literally working my hardest to change your mindset. And somehow you found a way to get heaven through. What's going on? Yeah. I have to kill you now because you're not going to stop. Like, you're going to teach other people to get to heaven. I can't do it.
When people bring up that there's no racism, I always bring up, why the FBI got a doctrine saying no black messiah? Like, why they don't want no black leader? You know what I mean? Why they keep...
But there could be I don't even want to say it because you know they love to be on it. As soon as you say their name, because they an ish, they not the...
I want to say racism is, I feel like it's just overplayed. Like, I feel like I'm tired of hearing it because it's really not about racism. Yeah. It's just about keeping people from who they are, what they know. Because when you think about it, bitch, why the fuck? It's a competition. You come from me.
Yeah.
You came from me, black.
We don't care about them. We don't worry about them. We don't worry about them.
When they do something great, we can talk them up.
As soon as we go somewhere, we live in a nice building. You live here? You live here? Show me your ID. Show me your key. You feel me?
I don't get to deserve the same things you get.
I see hundreds of videos like that on YouTube. Like, my thing is crazy. Like, why you can't just mind your business like how we mind our business?
Because they don't have a business to mind.
They come from us. They try to learn. They have to learn from us.
When they learn how to dance, when they learn how to sing, when they learn that a rag is the beautiful thing that make their body feel good.
I don't know how true it is, but they say that it's a proven fact that white people are a genetic mutation.
They are.
Definitely.
I don't know how true it is. I tried to look it up.
What's called the RNA factor, right?
RNA.
Yeah, RNA.
Because it's not to disrespect anyone. So you could, like I said, you could come with your guns. Wow, so dope. If you cannot research your own culture and research your own DNA, you are susceptible to more ailments because of the things that your ancestors did. On the Mayflower, they was choosing to I'll say F for this reason. Yeah. They was choosing to F goats on the thing.
That's true.
Monkeys on the thing. All the animals that carry up on the Mayflower.
Pirates do that.
Touch, unfortunately, our real pillage, even the animals. So when we talk about ourselves, y'all get into the animals too. Like when the animals is, that's why I love animals. They traumatized. I started eating them babies because I was like, I see it, but the sea life, I'm sorry, baby. I'm still ready. I'm still ready for the high cholesterol, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
I walk past the chicken places and they got them in the cage. They like 10 chickens in one cage.
And when I'm in Jamaica, it's such a different experience because like we raise them.
Oh yeah, I heard that. I heard meat tastes different too. It tastes better.
Oh my God.
Because they're not in a closed environment.
They're full of steroids. I heard you got the best pork in the world.
KFC. Yes.
I gotta go to Jamaica.
Because they don't eat anything. Like the animals here, they let them eat anything. They be eating each other sometimes out of cannibalism because you got them too stuffed. They're like, oh, this is survival now.
Oh, not to be off topic. You say you're Jamaican and all that. You know what Dan Conway is? I don't know if you see his video where he did his DNA test and his DNA came back 99.9% black or African or something like that. So he was like, what the fuck? So he calls them. It's like, yeah, we thought that shit was weird too. I mean, not like that, but they thought it was weird too. They're like, where you from? He said Jamaica. He said, oh, that's why. Yes. He said you from the Maroons.
There we go. That's it.
Time out.
All right, go ahead, Kat.
Time out.
Everybody didn't like course.
And you know what's crazy? When I first learned, I'm not saying first learner, I knew about them from Hidden Colors, but it was a show. It was a show called Black Cells. It was a show called Black Cells.
Okay, I've heard of that too.
Yeah, and it was a point where the British, the East Indian Company was fighting with the pirates, and they ran to an island, and the island was populated with nothing black people. And when I Googled what this island was, it was Jamaica.
Let me tell you something. I would call island full of secrets.
Jamaica, Africa, and that's why like
healing.
I was listening. They say Akon is building a city out in Africa, and I'm like, okay, cool. Well, I've been hearing this for a couple of years now. The other day, I'm like, well, let me go and see what progress is being done on this city. Nothing.
But there is Jamaican villages in Ghana. I know that.
And what I would say is that because of, it's like everything is connected because everything is connected. Everything was broken apart.
Everything was connected and then it broke apart.
Right. So because it broke apart, it's because people had to relocate in their, locations, that they had to name themselves and now come up with a language that they're going to speak and work from the shit that they have and the resources that they have. So now they're categorizing themselves and they're putting themselves in ethnicities and groups. And now these are the names. But at the end of the day, it's the same fucking people.